Hello Pokemon fans, this is Pro Pokenoob back today to bring you another battle. In fact, it'll actually be two battles because today I've done two things that I haven't done in a long time, I don't think. Well, one thing for sure is OU, like new OU. In fact, this is probably the first two OU battles you'll ever see, and because it said two OU battles, it'll actually be a double header. But before we get into this, as of August 15th, 2012, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but I hit 100 subs. 1 second while I stand up and do a little jig. Yes, baby. Yes, quite. Okay, sitting back down now. So, yes, I have hit 100 subs. Thank you so much to everyone who has been hanging around Pwn. It is so awesome to have a great community, and I hope it continues to grow because the more people that show up, the more I will try and bring even better uploads, and you know, everything just gets better as it goes along. Thank you so much, all of it. But I'm not going to do any talking about what's going to happen with the 100th subscriber special and stuff like that. What I'm going to do is actually make that a separate upload just so that this one isn't any longer than it's already going to be, and you guys are all probably looking for the battle starts at. I will leave it eventually somewhere around, but stay tuned for that. Anyways, today this is going to be an OU match. A couple of OU matches against XX Kitty Killer XX. You have seen him before. He is an excellent battler. He actually made his team up in 5 minutes. I made my team up in about 45 minutes. And basically, this is kind of both of us dipping our feet into the Black and White 2 OU meta, which I've looked at it and I've been watching videos, but I haven't really done too much with it. So I just kind of put Pokemon that I wanted to try together and just put them together and try to make a team that made sense. It actually kind of worked out. There's going to be a couple of improvements I'm going to do. Basically, what you're looking at in a nutshell is you're going to have a Choice Band and Mamoswine, a Stealth Rock, 3 special attacks, Sheer Force, Life Orb, Landorus, especially defensive, obviously bulky Rotom Wash, Technaloom with Spore, Substitute, Bullet Seed, and Mach Punch, and I am going to change that set around because I noticed it's not working out very well for this team anyways. I believe this is a mixed defense Slowbro with both Scald and Thunder Wave, as well as Flamethrower, and I believe Slack Off. I'm probably wrong. I might have Toxic. Who knows? I can't remember the fourth move. Sorry, guys. And a Choice Scarf Latios, which people don't really see too much these days, which I haven't seen anyways, but I carried it with me. Now, I meant to put something on this, but this is actually a Tornadus Therian form. Yes, it's also known as Picture. So, in the future, if there are Therian forms, I will put a T over them. I didn't find it because it's really late and I gotta go to bed, and wow, I shouldn't even be recording this, but I'm doing it anyways. Basically, he's running some cool stuff, some gimmicky stuff, but he's just trying it out because, you know, he actually can pull off some of the gimmicky stuff that he has. But anyways, looking at Kitty Killer's team, the battles you're about to watch are the second and third ones, so when I looked at his team, Amoonguss is a threat. The Tyranitar and Politoed, originally I thought it was going to be double weather, but then he told me that Tyranitar has Unnerved, just giving it a shot. He wants Rain. Leave him be. And there are a few things that I learned for the second and third match, so it will become important, and I will explain when the plays come up why I do certain things. So anyways, in the ways it leads for the second match, I'm just going to explain the second match first. Based on his team, what I saw before, Slowbro actually does a good job at walling pretty much anything he wants to send in because I noticed the damage output from all of his Pokemon are pretty much managed by Slowbro, so he's kind of the middleman for me. So I'm going to lead off with Slowbro, and now I will see you at the battle. So, before we get started, I have one more thing to mention. I forgot this completely. I did a dual comm with a person by the name of Cased Victory. You've seen him probably. If you're not subscribed to him, definitely go subscribe to him. I'll leave his channel in the description below because we did a dual comm of another serious OU battle, which is very, very serious. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. More winking and more nudging. But anyways, let's get into the match. I lead off with my Slowbro. My opponent decides to lead off with his Politoed. Now, this actually is a Choice Banded Politoed with the Rain. He's actually going to go for the Toxic as I go for the Thunder Wave. Now, these next couple of turns, based on what happened in our other matches, we kept kind of predicting each other. So I go for the Scald because any switch he wants to send in, he doesn't want necessarily to get burned. But at the same time, any switch I want to send in doesn't want to get Toxic. So these next couple of turns is us trying to basically out-predict each other. So, he's going to finally switch out. Now, going to his Ferrothorn. If I burn this thing, it's fantastic. If not, not a big deal, because I do have Rotom Wash for later. And I know he only has Gyro Ball, because he carries Stealth Rocks, I believe Thunder Wave, Leech Seed, and Gyro Ball. But anyways, I'm going to switch into Landorus, pretty much figuring he's just going to set up his rocks, and I know the damage from Gyro Ball is not going to be too great, so I'm just going to set up my rocks freely, as he does go for the Gyro Ball. Decent chunk, not too bad though. I want to keep this thing for later though, because it is important in taking out that Amoonguss, as you will see later. So now I'm going to go into Squeaky, the Rotom Wash, my first bulky Rotom Wash actually. Usually all my Rotoms are Scarfed. First bulky one, not too bad. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, thinking he wants to get out, thinking I'm going to go for the burn, but no, he stays in, being very ballsy. I'm going to go into Techniloom, seeing this, as he actually goes for the Thunder Wave. Now this is not too bad, because I'd rather have this thing paralyzed than burned or anything else, and I do have the Mach Punch, so I mean, I'm not too concerned about the speed drops, but I know this Amoonguss completely walls me, so I'm just going to go for the Spore on the Switch. Nail this Amoonguss. I'm happy with this, because the Amoonguss is just a giant pain. Now, I see how much HP this Amoonguss has, and I figure I do have the Psychic, which is boosted by both Life Orb and Sheer Force, so I'm hoping it'll take it out, and for some freaking reason, Amoonguss, I want to choke this thing, because it doesn't die! It's a fantastic Pokemon. I liked it from the beginning, even without Regenerator, and now that it has it, godly. Anyways, I'm trying to feign the Scarf here. This is really hard to explain. I thought he might think I'm Scarf, so I just go for a Psychic again, even though I knew the Ferrothorn was obvious. So now I go for Focus Blast, and I realize, wait a minute, there's no Life Orb Requo. I'm not faking a Scarf. I could be Expert Bell, but then it's like, hey, I can actually catch people with that. But when they see a special move, they might just assume that it's Sheer Force, Life Orb anyways? Who knows? It could be Scarf. It could be a surprise. I don't know. He's going to send his Scarf Rotom Wash, though. I do not want to stay in here, and he knows, since I have Stealth Rocks on my choice Scarfer, as I thought it would be. I just switch into my Techniloom thinking he'd go for anything, but, you know, I'm the big advocator of don't switch into Pokemon that could be weak to the attack that he could be using, which is obvious, which is an Ice move, and both of them are weak to Ice, so now I just leave this thing in, trying to go for a Mach Punch, get Parahaxed, and that sucks. Not too big of a deal later on, as you will see. Anyways, I go into my Rotom Wash, being the specially defensive, bulky mofo that it is. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and his Politoed dies. So that's perfect. Politoed not really going to do anything in these two matches, so that's why I told you it's Choice Banded already. I'm going to go to my Scarf Latios, though, knowing that I'm going to pretty much outspeed everything on his team, even this Rotom Wash, and this is when he finally learns that I am a Choice Scarf Latios. He did not know before. He thought it was Specs. He thought it was something else. Nope, Choice Scarf. Anyways, he's going to send his Tyranitar now. I know I can't take this thing out with a -2. -2 Tyranitar. Yeah, -2 Tyranitar, throwing at Tyranitar. Woohoo! I go into Slowbro and Thunder. Yeah, this is how I was when I was on Skype with him. I was kind of like, Gah! I had no words. I could not explain how just yeah, see? Anyways, he's going to go for Thunder. I know I can take it because I'm especially defensive. Go for the Hydro Pump. I'm going to clean this Tyranitar straight out. Perfect for me. Thank goodness this thing didn't have the sand, or it would have been even more annoying. But now he's going to go into Amoonguss. I could have maybe killed... Oh yeah, I have HP Ice. What do I care? But it doesn't kill him! And I'm like... Wow. Either way, though, I have this match in the bag because I do have Choice Banded Mamoswine with the Ice Shard in the rank, so all I need to do is really get that thing in safely, and here comes Tornadus T as I go for the HP Ice. Now I know for sure, no matter what, Choice Banded is just going to clean both these out, even if he goes for double Regenerator, and that's what he's trying to do, just get Regenerator, but unfortunately the Amoonguss is going to get Volt Switched on, which means that my Mamoswine is going to be able to come in chill. It's just a Mamoswine. It's like, it's fine, but I don't care if it's fine, because Landorus dies to chill. Because it's a Mamoswine. Exactly. I'm just going to go for the Ice Shard, and that's going to finish off this first match. I really need a picture for that Tornadus T, or they need to put one in. Anyways, that's the first match. That was an excellent match, Kitty Killer XX. XX, Kitty Killer XX. Wow. Anyways, on to the second match. Quick explanation of what I was thinking. Now that we both have done 2 matches with each other, it became kind of a really weird predicting thing. So I figured Landorus isn't too threatened by much on his team. I mean, the Politoed could come in, but I can set up the rocks, and I did notice that rocks have been doing quite some work for me, because if Amoonguss comes in and gets hurt by rocks, I can OHKO it with the Psychic. If the Tornadus T comes in, it can't keep free regenerating. Like, it can, but after a while, it won't be able to heal up, and I'm going to have to eventually get Mamoswine in for it anyways. So what I'm going to do is actually lead off my Landorus, and he decides to lead off with his Tornadus T this time, which was actually a good move on his part. It was the fastest thing on his team other than Rotom Wash. But now I go into Rotom Wash remembering that like a Hurricane does about 90 damage to me, and that's pretty cool. So I know I can easily go for a Will-O-Wisp on anything he wants to switch in. And that's going to be the Ferrothorn, which is even cooler because now I can just go for Volt Switch, not fearing anything from a Gyro Ball. and I'm going to switch out, go into my Landorus because Stealth Rocks are coming up, as he actually decides to set up his own rocks. Makes sense, because now this thing is pretty much put to waste. So now, I go for an Earth Power, predicting the Amoonguss, because I thought he would predict a Focus Blast and me not going for rocks. Sorry about that. But, you know, it's neutral on him anyway, so now he's going to go to Rotom Wash, thinking I'm going to go for it again. Nope, rocks. I just need those. And now, once again, this could have been bad. He could have gone for HP Ice. I make that same mistake again, and I'm the advocator of it. But he actually goes for Trick, and hey, look, Scarf for Scarf. Awesome. But now he knows he has to get out. Going to Ferrothorn to be Death Fodder, and I missed the Draco Meteor. And this just matters for the whole game, ladies and gentlemen. I lost the game because of this. No, I'm just kidding. I could just go for a second one. I have 6 more. It's not a big deal. So, take out the Ferrothorn. I am getting thirsty. Wow. Okay, Amoonguss comes in. This pain in the arse. Now, I know he's going to go for the Spore. I send in Breloom. Might matter later. The time, what I was thinking was, hey, this thing can't do anything for me, okay? Ferrothorn is dead. I don't need a fighting move anymore. And Mach Punch is not going to damage much on his team other than Tyranitar. He can clean stuff up, but my team is doing pretty well without it anyways. So this thing's perfect perfect sleep fodder. You're going to see later it may or may not matter, but anyways. I'm going to my Rotom Wash now, knowing that nothing else can be put to sleep. He goes for the Clear Smog, gets the crit, which sucks, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I can just heal that off later. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, thinking he might want to switch out. Nah, not a big deal. Okay, fine. I'm just going to switch into Landorus now, because I know I can take either the Giga Drain or the Clear Smog, and he goes for Giga Drain. You know, hurts. But now I'm just going to go for the... Do I predict this? No, I just go for Psychic, thinking he might just stay in and go for the Giga Drain again, but I mean... He could have, but it could have been a risk that I got crit and kill it off. But now I'm going to go into Slowbro, as he actually makes a double switch, goes into his Tyranitar, and lo and behold, here I go again. I'm like, okay, just go for the Thunder, and he goes for Dark Pulse. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, this thing is packing heat. Along with, I think, Ice Beam and something else I forgot. Sorry about that. Anyways, he's going to go as Amoonguss as I go into Mamoswine. He makes a good prediction here, thinking that, or predicting that I'm just going to go straight for the Superpower. I was thinking that he might switch, and it was kind of obvious, but because we've done 3 games already, obvious is kind of gone now, so you gotta kind of just pick and choose your stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna go into my Scarf Latios, as he actually decides to go into his Tyranitar. I can just go for the Surf. It's in the rain, so I'm sure it's just gonna fall. So, and that's gonna go down. He's gonna go to his Tornadus T, though, and I just wanted to see how much this could do. This was kind of a test for damage. It actually does a decent chunk, 56% in the rain, so I'm going to keep that in mind for other Tornadus Ts. But he is going to take me out with a Hurricane, which sucks. But now I can go into Rotom Wash, and either he has to leave this thing in, which he's not going to, or he can go into Amoonguss, and I can just easily go for the Will-O-Wisp and burn it, because I know Will-O-Wisp on this thing ensures that Psychic can take it OHKO. Take it OHKO. Why do I have 100 subscribers, just out of curiosity? Just a quick side note. Why do I have 100 subscribers? I can't even talk. Oh well. Giga Drain. Hidden Power Ice. Why do I stay in? I can take it. Now I go for the Volt Switch, knowing he's going to go for a second Giga Drain. Go into go into Techniloom, hoping to die. But, you know, resisted and doesn't take me out. But that's okay, because what this means is I'm like, hey, I'm not going to lose my Sleep Fodder yet. So I can make a double switch into my Landorus. Or no, into my Rotom Wash. What am I saying? To try and be Death Fodder. I'm trying to be Death Fodder at this point. So I'm like, okay, just kill off my Rotom Wash. I don't care. You're not going to get as much HP back. You could have did the same thing with Breloom. Kind of a weird play that was going on in my mind right now, but I know I can go for Psychic and just basically threaten him, and he's going to just stay in and die. So that does give him switch advantage, because that's what he basically wants at this point with his Tornadus T, because he can't outspeed me, and I want to get out of here because I know he still has that Politoed in the back. So now I'm going to do is go into this thing to be Death Fodder. Now, like, I'm just thinking, he was asleep anyways, but at this point, I'm just in a corner. I couldn't do anything with Breloom, even if he was awake against that Amoonguss. So now I go for the Superpower, predicting the Rotom Wash to come in, but then I'm like, wait a minute, Politoed can be Death Fodder. But at this point, it was pretty much over. Or so I thought. Pause for a second. I ran a damage calc before this. And apparently, if he misses his Hydro Pump, Superpower, from a Choice Banded Mamoswine, against a Choice Scarf Rotom Wash, with a Jolly Nature, not with an Adamant Nature, with a Jolly Nature, because I like speed over power, would do 76.45% to 90.08%. Handy dandy cursor. 87%. Assuming that the Hack Gods like me, he could miss his Hydro Pump, and I could OHKO him with max damage, or 2-hit KO if he misses 2 Hydro Pumps. Cursor, goodbye. Now, what that would mean is his Tornadus T would come in. Okay, gets hurt by rocks, not a big deal. I can send in my last Pokemon, which is the Landorus, to be death fodder, and I can send out the Mamoswine to go for the Choice Banded Ice Shard and win the match. Now, if you know my past history with the Hack Gods, they like to play with me, and they like to enjoy. And they just like to, you know, say, bye-bye, Mamoswine with the Hydro Pump, that's pretty much good game, because I cannot have any hacks. But I mean, you know, I would have felt a little bad if I won by hacks, because he did get me in the corner, and that's basically what happened in these two matches. The other match, I trapped him. In this match, he trapped me. But that was both excellent matches, XX Kitty Killer XX. Comment, rate, and subscribe over, and I hope you enjoyed this battle. My voice is failing me, which is probably better for all of your ears. But thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I will have an update within the next 3 uploads. I think the next upload is going to be a promotion, the last promotion of the 3 things that I promised to bring to this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the other 2. If not, I will leave links to both of those, as well as the Dualcom and the PFC upload that I did, which is just a single narration of the dual narration that I did. But I'll leave it anyways. But promo number 3 will be up next time, and then it will be a Wizard 101 upload, and then the update before the 100th video for the 100 subscribers. Think about that for a quick second, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, peace.